distinguished guests, friends and colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Li Zhang, Director of Green Inclusive Carbon Neutral Promotion Center, and also the co-founder of Green Inclusive Science and Technology, Beijing. I'd like to officially announce the launch of two group standards, guidelines for quantifying greenhouse gas emission reduction of citizen green and low carbon behavior, travel behavior, charging spot, and living behavior, smart waste sorting. As you know that last year, two important scientific journals, Science and Nature, reported the personal carbon account book in China. As you know, Ele.me, a digital company, and Alibaba Group launched its reducing single-use culture in this app and got numbers of feedback and support by customers and consumer set. And we also published a commentary in the Journal of Nature, and we point out that given the country's population around 1.4 billion in China, even small daily reduction in emission by individuals can have a considerable impact. I'm happy to announce this two-group standard launched today to accurately measure the carbon emission reduction achieved through citizen green behaviors, establish standards for public greenhouse gas reduction in the consumer sector, encourage the public to adopt environment-friendly practices, and promote the development of carbon-inclusive initiatives. The announcement was made at this COP29 today, and these two standards will be implemented in China starting on December the 1st. They are now available in full on the National Group Standard Information Platform. And up to now, today, I sent this carbon emission reduction digital account book screenshot, and it is shown that up to date, there are over 67 million people use this personal carbon account book and contribute the personal carbon emission through behavior changes in China now. And this two-group standard we launched today based on the Directive for Quantifying Greenhouse Gas Emission Reduction of Citizens' Green and Low Carbon Behaviors, outline detailed quantification principles, methodologies, data monitoring, and quantify measurement requirement and assessment reporting guidelines for charging spot and smart waste sorting scenarios. Strictly coherence to applicability, accuracy, transparency, and conservatism ensure the quantification of greenhouse gas emission reduction from public green behaviors is scientifically grounded. This approach addresses challenges in quantifying public green actions in carbon inclusion and fill gaps in the field. The development of these standards were led by Green Inclusive Science and Technology, Beijing, and the Carbon Inclusive Commission under the All China Environment Federation, with participation and guidelines from numbers of organizations, including the Ministry of Ecology and Environment, Center for Environmental Education and Communication, the Foreign Environmental Cooperation Center, Beijing GIC Technology, also known as DD, Tencent Horizon, Beanstalk Education Group, Chinese Green Industry, and GIC Toyota Motor, Yuhai Technology, Zhejiang Anji Zhidian Holdings, College of Environmental Sciences and engineering at Tongji University, low carbon and environmental protection science technology, HSBC, and HSBC Philanthropy Foundation in Beijing. And we greatly appreciate the support from HSBC to support the development of these two standards. And the guideline for this codifying greenhouse gas emission reduction of citizen green and low carbon behavior, travel behavior charging spot, and the living behavior smart waste sorting now is available online. If you want to, you can check this through the national standards, group standard platform. And this standard encourage broader participation in both electricity car charging and waste sorting, and contributes to climate action efforts. Previously, at the COP28, Green Inclusive and All China Environmental Federation released another 9 related carbon inclusive standards. This series of standards supports regional carbon inclusive work, providing measurement standards for individual carbon accounts and fostering the standardization and the systematization of carbon inclusive practices. Achieving China's carbon peak and neutrality goals requires an active participation of citizens, and this series of standards serve as a foundation for widespread engagement and accountability in carbon reduction efforts. This is what we want to launch today, and I have 2 speakers today, Ms. Heidi Zhang, students from the Beanstalk Hiding Academy, who will give a high school students' point of view of their commitment to combating climate crisis. Heidi, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am from Beijing, China. I am greatly inspired by Dr. Zhang's speech according to environmental awareness. As a student from Beanstalk International Bilingual School, I am excited to share some small thoughts that evolved from what we sought to do as a community of teenagers in binding education and awareness to reducing carbon emissions. Next page, please. Oh, okay. We sought to do things routinely. We installed solar panels, which power our lights and automatic trash cans. We created educational posters featuring the 24 solar terms, a traditional aspect of Chinese culture, which are now displayed on our bins, offering a reminder of how closely our lives are intertwined with nature. Our green thumbs got to work as we planted trees around the campus. We rolled up our sleeves for litter packing events and organized charity drives to support regions facing resource shortages. We initiated Empty Plates campaign in the canteen and turned off all campus lights on Earth Day for a year. We also sought to do things creatively, improving the processing of food waste in our school. In China alone, we are on track to produce more than 128 million tons of food waste by the year 2027. This carbon footprint of so much potential waste is enormous, but this mountain of waste is more than just trash. Any waste is a treasure not properly tackled. When processed scientifically, food waste can be transformed into valuable resources. 1 ton of kitchen waste could provide crude oil, biogas for electricity, biogas slurry, and anaerobic digestate for fermentation. The heat and energy saved reduces 0.29 to 0.59 tons carbon dioxide equivalent of climate change impact. The total potential climate change impacts is estimated to be 3.4 to 6.7 million tons carbon dioxide equivalent solely in China. Our project regarding food waste isn't just about managing waste. It's about creating a model. It began as an idea of the teenager community, and we hope it ends as a foundation of organically combining conservation and education. We began by collecting kitchen waste and filtering them by a bag filter, separating solids and liquids. The solid residue undergoes anaerobic fermentation to become organic fertilizers. These fertilizers are then used to grow things, which serve as a live demonstration of the food cycle to our students, from waste back to nourishment. The fermentation process simultaneously provides an opportunity for students to learn about the process of decomposition. The liquid waste is then separated. The water phase, which contains sodium chloride, is concentrated to produce a saturated salt solution. Recycled oils can be trans-certified with methanol to produce biodiesel. For our purpose, the oil mixture left is soponified with sodium hydroxide to make soap. The oil derived from food waste undergoes saponification reaction with sodium hydroxide with the presence of ethanol under heating, resulting in the formation of fatty acid salts, or soap, and glycerin as a byproduct. Ethanol acts as a co-solvent to increase reaction rate by improving the miscibility between oil and aqueous sodium hydroxide. Soap is then precipitated with saturated salt solution by the common ion effect, or in simpler terms, saturated salt solution forces the soap out. Lastly, soap is filtered out and molded. If you want to take one step further, the used salt solution can be electrolyzed after purification to produce sodium hydroxide and chlorine, both important industry raw materials. By carrying out such processes in the laboratory, my schoolmates are driving right into the action, actively engaging in the adventure of mitigating carbon footprints while soaking up vibrant scientific knowledge. The responsibilities of the future belongs to us, the younger generation. Conservation is small action every day added up, not grand actions or lofty words. We want to cultivate ourselves to be environmentally conscious through fun. We aspire for our generation to change in mindset, to think scientifically, knowing which bin a specific garbage goes to and why, as well as what happens to them afterwards. We envision a world where young minds respect and connect with nature, knowing the difference between wheat, oat, barley, and to appreciate what sweat is involved in their growth. By embracing such education, our generation will naturally develop a love for our planet and inspire to take practical, innovative actions in reducing carbon emissions. Together, we can establish a cleaner, greener future, one soap at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie. Now I would like to invite Ms. Alice He, Chief Youth Officer of the Global Alliance for University on Climate, who will call the participation of all college students to adopt green behaviors to reduce greenhouse emission reduction.
Thank you, Professor Zhang. I'm very inspired from everything here I see today, especially for the next generation, to be able to bring in her own project to COP. Hello, I'm Alice Ho, and I'm the Chief Youth Officer for the Global Alliance of Universities on Climate, and I'm very happy to join this release conference of carbon emission reduction on the consumption side. Consumer and carbon reduction is essential as it empowers every individual to contribute directly to sustainability through mindful choices. By shifting our consumption habits, we reduce emissions at their source, encouraging businesses to adopt greener practice. And as youth, we represent the next generation of leaders and change makers. As mentioned, GALC was funded in 2019 by leading universities around the world to collectively tackle the climate crisis. Chaired by Tsinghua University, we now consist of 14 member universities globally, and our mission is clear: to leverage the power of education, research, and youth leadership to drive impactful climate action. One of our most impactful programs is the Climate X campaign. This initiative blends theoretical learning with real-world applications through a month of hybrid courses and subsequent community engagement events. Our young leaders learn, apply, and innovate solutions to climate challenges. Launched in 2022, the Climate X was designed to foster the next generation of climate leaders. And through our comprehensive training program, we've empowered students from over 79 countries, influencing more than 5 million people globally. Accumulating the past 3 years, over 2,000 students participated in our training program and organized more than 500 climate-related activities worldwide. This 1+N model continues to extend its impact with students not only gaining knowledge, but also putting it into practice by collaborating with partners, creating real-world climate solutions, and we are able to reach the local communities and our consumer end by the actions where we're able to change consumer habits. By championing these efforts, we can drive demand for sustainable practices and inspire broader societal change. Let's harness our collective power to reducing emissions through our daily decisions and fostering a greener future for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Hattie and Alice. The two young speakers gave us a lot of ambitious goals to achieve this carbon emission reduction by consumer side. As you see on the screen, that please join our mission together for a green future. Thank you very much again to participate in our press conference today, and please join us to take a photo if you want. Come on the stage, and Alice will show you how to take a photo with her unique C. Yes. Ready?
Yeah, please.
Come on the stage. Come up on stage. Okay, sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please.
We have 9 minutes.
We have 9 minutes for photo. Okay.
Okay, Alice.
来，先这样。
每个人伸出右手。
右手
For C. What the meaning of the C, please?
C for climate.
1, 2, 3. All right.
再教你一个，这样，来那边的人往上。哦，这样，没有，你们反过来，就所以你反过来。
OK。
这样。对。开出来会很快。好。
对。
来，再近，大家出来点，都在中间，都在台子上。
再撤掉，对。
都挤过来点。来，这样，侧一点，大家近一点，都挤过来。
这个是什么意思？这个摆设。OK， 好，这是好意思，好，这个好看。1, 2, 3. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Thank you all, and enjoy the rest of the conference meetings. Thank you.